From woo-woo to wow. Bridging the gap between the mystical and the scientific.
The journey from out there to in here.
Join me, Dr. Patrick.
And me, Dr. Rita, as we make the seeming intangible
tangible.
This show will expand your mind.
Open your heart.
And make you say, wow! Aloha.
Aloha.
Well, I'm Reverend Dr. Rita, and
I am Dr. Patrick.
Yeah, and we're here for the third time. This is our third episode of
Great.
Yeah, woo-woo to
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been finding a lot of wow this week, and we just want to thank you for all those who wrote in about how much they enjoyed the intuition and instinct episode that we did last time.
Right.
So now we're on to episode 3. What's this week?
It's called Woo Woo. I love you.
Oh, Lord. Welcome to the Hallmark Channel. Woo woo.
Fun. I'm making fun. This is serious stuff.
Yeah, about love.
Yeah, it's about love. Well, it's not serious. We don't want to take everything so seriously, right?
Right.
But let's just take a step back for a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Because
about last week.
The questions we got last week. There was one question we got, and it was, do you have tools to expand and open intuition? Well, yes. Last week we went through heart-brain coherence as per the Heart Math Institute, and Greg Braden that I shared with you. And the other one that we didn't cover last week. We didn't
really look at it.
No, we didn't.
Really important.
I think we ran out of time. Is a really important one. It's meditation. Do you have a meditation practice? What does that look like to you? Some people meditate for, a couple hours in the morning, but that's not necessary.
Right.
You should start. Just start right where you are. 5 minutes even is going to help to align yourself for the day and to open yourself up to your divine intuition. If you listen and sit there, use music, use a guided meditation. God, there's so many guided meditations.
And something even a little bit more simpler, even if you're in the middle of your day and it's becoming stressed. I don't know about any of you, but I know I've had a few of those moments. I don't know if I really have time to go away and sit down and do a full meditation like I do with my morning spiritual practice, but it only takes a moment to put your hand on your heart and pause. And when you pause, and I just go pause and I go, I am. And when I say I am, it just calms everything down. It just puts me in the present moment, which allows me to be in my intuition and listen to that opposed to my instinct, which makes me kind of in survival.
Right. Yeah, which brings us to the next question that we got. How do you tell the difference between an ego thought and a divine intuition?
I love that question because you can tell the difference because one, it's a feeling. Really, it is a feeling when you're in your intuition. There's a knowing, there's a calmness, kind of like the pause that I just did. And then the instinct is more survival, right? So the difference is because one is dealing with conditions, that's instinct. We're dealing specifically with what's happening out there, and intuition is saying, oh, what's happening in here?
Right.
Do you feel the difference in the energy of what's happening out there to me, opposed to the heart, just like that, and what's happening through me?
Yes.
What's happening through me?
I'm really listening and hearing. There's a calm. It's your voice, but there's a calm voice. It's very calm. It's very definite that I can identify as intuition when I ask a question or when I'm in a moment, and like you said, pausing. So yeah, that's a big difference. Otherwise,
very conditional.
Yeah, otherwise you're dealing with a conditional world, and you have instinct, which is really important. Like Patrick said last week, it stops you from getting hit by a car or whatever because or walking into a dangerous situation.
Right.
Yeah.
So I hope that helped, and continue to send in those questions. We really appreciate it.
So I think that this topic, woo woo, I love you, which is our topic for today, I think it's what I'm understanding. Everybody looks at Patrick and I and they go, oh, wow, you have the greatest relationship. Wow, they say. And I want that. And so today we just want to talk a little bit about how a really great relationship can get started and can stay sustained, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So for me, wow, it's a long story and I don't want to go into the whole story, but I know for myself, there was a time in my life when I wanted a spiritual partner. I saw a spiritual partner in another couple. They were just doing these projects together and they were very spiritually oriented. And I said, I want that in my life. But I kind of let it go. And then I just focused on myself. I became my own spiritual partner.
Uh,
And that might sound simple, but it was. I started to expand
no,
myself.
mm,
You don't think it's simple?
not simple.
No, no, maybe not simple. I mean, the idea might sound simple,
Mhm.
but I started to take care of myself and my spirituality. And when I was ready, Patrick appeared, basically. And I
From
was
the
a match.
quantum field, I
Yeah.
just came out
No, it
to,
was a match. It was a
yeah.
vibrational match. So, yeah, you want to speak
And
on
well,
that for a
mine
minute?
jumps on it too. I've told this many times, but a lot of you are new to us and new to what we've been doing. But for me, I got to a point, I was 42, and I just was at a point that I just said, I'm okay with just being with me. Everybody was so worried about me too. It's like, oh, he's such a wonderful guy. Let's get him set up. Blind dates. There's a reason they call them that. Is because you feel very blind while you're walking around, trying to figure out what these dates
That's
are all
funny.
about.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, because it wasn't my thing. But anyway, the point is that I realized I was completely satisfied if I never got married, if I never, I was in plenty of relationships, but if I never got married, I'm okay with that. I mean, because I got me and I wasn't afraid to be alone and I wasn't afraid to be alone with my thoughts. I wasn't afraid, but I put a lot of work into that self-discovery. So I think that by the time this occurred, this divine connection, what I call it, is I was ready because I was ready, just like what you said, with myself. I became my own partner and I was completely content with that.
Right, but you
And
went through a lot before you got to that point.
oh
And
God,
people do
yes.
go through a
Oh
lot.
my
Like,
gosh.
why people will say, well, why do I keep
Ah,
repeating the same patterns? I keep meeting, this doesn't have to do just with love either. Like it could be a
no.
work
Work
relationship. I know
relationship.
people, they find themselves in a job and then they get dissatisfied and then they quit and then they find themselves in a job again and the same thing occurs and they quit and then it just goes on and on. And the same thing with relationships. The patterns are just repeated. So why do we repeat patterns? Why?
Well, so take a moment, wherever you are right now, and just take a moment and say, if you have any patterns, it doesn't have to be in relationships, it could be anything. But why do you keep repeating the pattern? Because we were programmed to do that. Whatever my background is, whatever yours is, it's interesting because you keep looping it. You keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. You keep waking up in the morning, as Joe Dispenza says, and repeating what you did the day before instead of maybe grasping onto something that's new. So I think we repeat it because it's a bad habit, or it could be a good habit. Some patterns are very good to have, but I think it's a habit that you're just used to this type of way of being. I back to the dating. You
Right.
know, it was the same thing. I wasn't attracted to it because I probably didn't want it at the time. I literally remember saying, I just want to get to know me. And, then you go beyond that and then you get to share that. So,
Yeah.
but I think it's because it's a pattern is habitual,
Right,
something we've
because
done
well,
over
you
and
haven't
over.
changed. You keep thinking
Right.
the same
Hmm.
thoughts. You wake up in the morning and say to yourself, "Ugh, I'm never going to attract a love relationship. I'm never going to have the right job. I'm never." And you keep repeating that, and you like we learned in that class and have studied consciousness for ages now, is that it's like a rut in your brain, like a groove in your brain that, like, have you ever had a broken record that puts us back a couple of centuries?
Age
No,
identification.
age identification, but it's like the more you like walk a path, the more you walk a path, it gets deeper and
Right.
deeper and deeper. And you have to start walking a new path. And then that path will fade. The grass will grow up and will fade. and the new path will be created. But it has to start with self, right?
Right. I
It can't start out there. People
mm-mm.
think,
No, I heard, and advertisement makes us know that too. Marketing tells us this is what it looks like. But somebody said the other day, we were in this conversation, and they said, "Are you making room for this person to be in your life?" And that's another question to really ask if you're in that, I'm trying to find a partner, I want to get married, whatever it is, whatever age you are you making room for this person to be there? And sometimes we get so used to being in our own pattern
right,
that even though we're saying,
that we
I
want.
want someone in my life, it goes to one little addition to that too. A lot of people settle in that I have worked with my clients, people I've worked with, they do some negotiating and they say, well, I would really like this. But if I can't have it, I mean, he's close. I really wanted this, or she's, yeah, but she'll be okay. Even that energy that I just said, that's okay. She'll be okay. I don't think we really want that in our
Well,
relationships.
it's
It's
so
about
interesting.
relating.
Yeah, it's so interesting you're saying this because it's just, to me, it just keeps coming back to the same thing. Me, you, me. I have to believe it. I have to feel like I deserve it.
Yeah,
I have to
definitely.
feel like I have become that thing, whatever it is. I can't, like, there's that line from Jerry Maguire, whatever the name of that
Oh
movie is.
yeah.
I always like think of that line. It was so romantic when we heard it. Oh, he comes in, and I think she says or he says, I don't know who says it, but she or he goes, "You complete me."
Uh,
Can you imagine? Well, I know
I
we
get
feel
it. I
we I
get
get
what
it.
you're
I get that totally. We feel that way, but nobody else can complete us.
Mm-mm.
It's wonderful to be in love and it's wonderful to have a beautiful partner and someone you can share your life with. But what if everything was taken from you? Are you still okay? And are you still okay? And so, or does this, so people go out and they're looking for their other half.
Right.
We always say that's not true. Two holes have to come together. And that's what makes a beautiful relationship. At least that's what I
Well, I
feel.
always go, danger, danger when I want you to complete me. And that's anything. If you're my friend, I want you to complete me. Because what I learned, and I know this for a fact for me, is I was looking for that completion too, because I didn't want to take the time to work on those parts of myself that would have made me whole. But I wanted you to be like, I'm not good at this. I'm not good at that. So you're going to complete that. I'm not really good with my emotions or whatever, but you're really good with your emotions. So now we have what? We have a person that's not good with his emotions and a person that is. That isn't a completion to me, for me.
No.
But I'm not judging it. I mean, we're just here on these podcasts just to entertain and start a dialogue with yourselves and with ourselves,
Right.
and then see how it works for you, you know?
Yeah, we all want a life that works. We all want a life that has joy in it. We all
Yeah.
want to have wonderful relationships, people we can totally be ourselves with. I think that's an important thing too.
Right.
Um, are you hiding something from your partner that is part of you, that a deep part of you, and you're hiding it because you think that person won't accept it, and it's going to come up. It's going to come up in different ways. So you have to be willing to accept yourself totally and completely with all your little pimples or whatever else,
Mhm.
and release that and allow that
Right.
and be able to speak about it and to share it with someone so that that you feel like you're with someone where you can be yourself, because a lot of people hide things.
I
I
think,
know I did, not from you, but actually I'm not that kind of person that hides things, but
no, I have,
I've known plenty of people say,
yeah.
"Oh, I would never tell that.
Right.
I would
Well, the
never
book
tell."
you wrote,
Yeah,
everybody keeps calling you so courageous, right?
right.
Because she mentioned things that people probably would not, and her book is right over there.
Right.
Where's my
Yeah,
red
and
dress? So yeah,
yeah, they always tell me, "Oh, you were so brave
and
to
the
read the
same way
book
with
that way."
mine,
Yeah.
that same thing. But I think what we're really talking about before we spread off into tangents and do our thing, I think what we're really talking about is self-love.
Mm.
And self-love doesn't mean what we think it means or what I thought it meant. I always said about love. I told my mom when I was in my 20s, I said, Mom, this is so wonderful. I'm learning to love myself. Oh my God. For the first time, I was all into my new age world and I was like in psychology and I was going, I'm learning to love Patrick. And my mom said, Oh, that is wonderful, honey. Just don't love yourself too much. And I went, What? And I thought to myself, I don't think we could ever, I haven't met anyone yet, ever love ourselves too much because self-love is a continuous process.
It just boils down to what we've been talking about this whole time. It always comes back to us. And also, can we let go of the past?
Yeah,
Can
biggie.
we forgive ourselves? Can we love ourselves in spite of it all and know that every part of us, every part of our journey in life has brought us to this place. And maybe, like you always say, that you wouldn't change one thing, even though
Right.
you had a very traumatic childhood. Well, many of us have. That I wouldn't change one thing because I wouldn't be who I am today. And I can forgive and I can allow and I can love myself through whatever.
And
But it's got to start here.
right. And one of the tools that I suggest, especially for the young folk that I know are watching, because we have some people that are really interested in things like what we're talking about. But one tip tool that I would give is it would be a really good idea if we didn't, speaking of the past, bring our exes into our currents. Because what happens is we bring the past in and we start comparing. Or if you cannot break the pattern of having dysfunctional relationships, in my opinion, like I've had plenty, and then expect them to be different when you meet up with that. If I'm still holding on to the past instead of saying, I gotta let go of that pattern of what I'm attracting.
Right.
And then when you enter into the new relationship, then you have something to work from. But I just heard that the other day. This somebody said it was awful. This woman that he really was falling in love with, she kept talking about her ex-boyfriend and what he didn't do. And what that was telling him is that she was actually still with her ex-boyfriend and it wasn't an ex. So it just that came up the other day, and I just want you to be for us all to just be aware that when we bring our old patterns into the new, it's very hard to have the new versions of ourselves.
Yes. A little Qantas here again.
Remember
He was there
Quanta
on the
from
other
episode
episode.
two?
She's acting up again, but that's okay.
So,
She's saying me, and aren't you paying
I
attention?
know. And what about the love you have for me?
Yes.
And just anything else I wanted to touch? I think we're going to do it at another time. My background is in the inner child work, and it is so beautiful and so. If you want to know more about it, you can always contact us at the center, the email
CSLKaua'i.org.
CSLKaua'i.org.
And our contacts are there.
Yeah. So the reason I say that is because the inner child to me is so, as a matter of fact, I'm doing a workshop. We both are in California, in Westlake on August 3rd at the Global Truth Center.
And you'll be able to sign up.
And you'll be able to sign up at the Global Truth Center. And the reason I'm saying that we're not going to get into, because I think inner child deserves
Well, yeah, and
a voice of itself.
I agree with that. That can be a whole new episode. And so can the idea of how do you sustain a relationship once because just because you've attracted the right relationship doesn't mean you can sustain it. What does that look like? And I'd love to talk about that.
Oh, I know, because we've had to work that idea of we're always changing.
Yeah.
And then there's a song, how do you keep the music playing?
Right.
That'll
be a good episode.
How do you keep the music playing? And that is a really important one.
Yeah. So
maybe we'll sing it for you sometime.
Yeah, maybe we will. We're learning it again.
Yeah.
So, okay. So just to recap what we talked about today, I mean, basically what we've said is it starts with you.
Right. Love yourself.
So love yourself and start working on yourself, whatever that looks like. Meditating, affirming, reading, staying with positive people, making decision of what you want in a relationship. I always tell people, did you write it down? Do you know exactly what you want to attract? Because then if you know what you want to attract, you're going to know that you have to create those things within yourself in order to attract that. Because we receive what we become, not what we want, but what we can actually become the vibration of. So I think that encapsulates what we talked about today. But if you have any questions,
Right.
yeah.
And I just heard yesterday, well, we'll end with this thing that I heard someone say, I don't know, whatever the universe, when it shows up for me, whatever the universe gives me, then I'll know it's right at the time. And I'm thinking, from where I sit, the universe gives us exactly what we mirror to and from the universe. So I would like to make it's like waking up in the morning and we'll say, I wonder what's going to happen today. We'll see what happens. I don't want it to be that random. At least I want it to be something that I at least activate and guide. So,
Yeah. So I
so
think this has
woo
been
woo.
good.
I love you.
I love you, but we have a few things we have to discuss before
Okay.
we sign off.
Okay.
One of them is please subscribe to our channel. Then you'll know when we're on.
Yes.
Like it and help our ratings go up. That would be really great. Pass it on, share it.
Right.
I think it's worth it. And if you ever need anything, we're here. We're here on the island of Kauai, but we're available through Zoom. We're available through email.
Yeah, there are sessions.
Yeah, through our sessions, any of that. Just go to our website and look us up, read about us. You can hear our talks.
We have books that are out that
Yeah.
will even be more of what we were talking about today.
So next time, well, I know we're going to do this next time. We didn't really discuss it. I don't know that we have a title for it, but we're going to have our first guest, and it's going to be Dr. Eric Overholzer.
Oh,
Now, Dr.
nice.
Eric does 9D breath work. I'm don't know if you're familiar with that, but you'll learn more about it on the next episode.
Right.
So
And he does it at the Global Truth Center. Another plug for them. And we've brought him here on the island. And I thought it would be a really good idea for him to tell him. It's always better for the person that does what they do to tell about it, than us jumping in.
So we'll breathe in the woo-woo and we'll breathe out the wow. Oh, there's a good title.
Oh my God. So next time we're going to be breathing in the woo-woo
and breathing out the wow. Okay.
I like it. We love you. We love this journey that we're all taking together. It's fun. It's exciting. Give us ideas. Just say, I want to hear about that. And there is nothing, trust me. Yeah. We've been to the rodeo, so we're not afraid.
Been to the rodeo.
We're not afraid to talk. Yeah, we're not afraid to talk about anything and dialogue on anything. And just remember something. Take with you today. You are magnificent.
Aloha.
Until next time.
Aloha.
From woo woo to wow wow. Bridging the gap between the mystical and the scientific.
The journey from out there to in here.
Join me, Dr. Patrick.
And me, Dr. Rita, as we make the seeming intangible
tangible.
This show will expand your mind.
Open your heart.
And make you say, wow.